Why? Why have you blocked me? Imagine you spend thousands of dollars, work with a web designer to launch your ads for your clinic, and then 4 hours later, everything gets shut down. Your account is blocked and for good. One sentence, one question, one attempt, and your entire business manager is gone. And here's the thing, it isn't even a prohibited topic. And that is exactly why we're recording this lesson, because marketing in the medical field isn't just about ad, copy, and targeting women over 30. It's a chess match against algorithms, private policies, HIPAA, and the topic of sensitivity. Today you'll learn how not to get banned, how to keep retargeting access, and how not to destroy your business ad system with just one careless phrase. This is the most important and honest guide to the meta ads in medicine. Official. No sugarcoating, no illusions, and we start now. The case we just talked about, yes, it happened. A company in California, and it happened just recently in 2023. One short question about anxiety in the ad and the entire account was permanently shut down. No appeals, no second chances, and here what's important to understand. This doesn't mean healthcare is forbidden on Meta. It doesn't mean that the medical marketing is impossible. On the contrary, Meta allows advertising of medical services and wellness products, but it requires that you do so with the understanding and respect for users' personal data. According to the current rules, you can legally and successfully promote a whole range of services. You can advertise online booking, for example, a clinic, a specialist, or preventative consultation. The key is to avoid wording that implies that you know the user's condition. Instead of back pain, you offer care. So book a consultation with a physical therapist. You can also promote aesthetic medicine and cosmetology service as long as you avoid visual pressure and language that could be perceived as appearance-based criticism. Show results, but talk gently. Talk about the value of care and not correction. Advertising wellness products is also allowed. Sleep improvement programs, energy support, and overall wellness. But here it is especially important not to promise treatment. Don't point out symptoms, don't use illness-related languages. You can also publish and promote educational content, such as articles, videos, podcasts, and interviews with professionals. But it should be informational. If the video discusses symptoms, don't add "book now if this sounds like you" in a post. That again implies personalization, and Meta may view it as a privacy of invasion. Telemedicine services and supplement ads are also possible if all formalities are followed. If you license, verified by Meta, and your copy complies with the privacy, policy, and platform ad standards. Now that we've talked about what is allowed, it's time to calmly and honestly go over what Meta ads consider violations. It's not to scare you, but to help you avoid unnecessary bans due to what seem like might be a logical banner or text. This isn't about obviously shady stuff, like banned substances or gray schemes. It's much subtler than that. Advertising or even mentioning anything that touches on a user's personal sensitive information is banned. Meta calls this personal attributes. In practice, that means that you can't imply you know something about the person that they haven't told directly to you. For example, if you write "feeling anxious," we have a solution. That can be viewed as an unacceptable assumption about the user's mental state. If you didn't mention a name, age, city, or diagnosis, the wording creates an impression that the ad knows something that it shouldn't. These texts often don't pass moderation and can lead to a gradual account downgrade, first lowering reach and then blocked audience, and then the account is shut down. Another key restriction is visuals and languages that could affect self-esteem or create pressure. In cosmetic ads, you cannot use before or after comparisons, especially dramatic ones. Say someone needs fixing, emphasizing flaws. The rule is simple. If your post or image makes the user feel like something's wrong with them, Meta sees this as a violation. The third risk zone: add text that combines symptoms, solutions, and CTA. For example, tired of constant stress and anxiety? Book your appointment now. That's a textbook's trigger. In one sentence, you described a sensitive state, promised a fix, and urgent action. Meta doesn't like this. It's too personalized. It's better to use a caring, supportive tone without any assumptions. These nuances, wording, tone, delivery, are what separate legal, effective medical ads from those that get flagged. In 2025, Meta dramatically changed the rules for advertising in the health, medical, and wellness spaces. Why? Greater privacy pressures, legal risks, and regulations like HIPAA. The platform no longer just watches copy and creatives. It now limits what you can track using pixels, events, and analytics. In digital marketing, a funnel is the user's journey from the first ad exposure to action, purchase and booking, etc. The typical funnel stages are impressions, click, page view, view content, lead, add to cart, initiate checkout, and purchase. Starting in 2025, if Meta classifies your business as a health and wellness, you can no longer send or use add to cart, initiate checkout, purchase, schedule, subscribe, or contact. Even if you sell a nutrition course or offer a checkup, Meta won't let you send purchase events to the analytics. If you are in health category, that is why this is so important, because those events were used for retargeting lookalike audience and conversation optimization. Now, if you're in a sensitive category, Meta cuts off the bottom funnel. Meta now recommends that health and wellness advertisers focus on page view, view content, lead, which includes Meta lead forms, engagements, and that means that your ads should focus less on selling now and more on building engagement and trust. The path gets longer, but it gets safer. Okay, how to check if you're affected. Go to Meta Events Manager and you'll see if your pixels or conversations are labeled health and wellness category. This set automatically based on your domain, content, and your product type. If you don't agree, appeal it. Say you're not selling medical equipment or a food plan and not making health claims. Adjust your retargeting and optimization strategies. Lookalikes won't be built on purchase events anymore. Use engagement or page visits instead. In practical terms, you can't optimize purchase or bookings. You can't retarget those who paid for checkups like before, and you won't see conversations in Meta Analytics, only in your CRM. So you need to rebuild your funnel. You need to focus on lead collection, landing page visits, or content-driven trust.
But now Meta's useless. I can't even upload data for ads.
That is not true. Healthcare campaigns are just becoming more supple, strategic, and human. You're not selling, you're creating curiosity, trust, and attention, then converting outside the platform when purchase and conversions are available. We use traffic, which sends people to your site, blog, or booking systems, lead generation, especially Meta lead forms, engagement for warming up the audience, video views for soft expert content, awareness for launching new clinics, brands, or services, and we usually choose lead gen plus video views in our medical client, and it works. And what about visuals? Are the restrictions just as serious as the technical setup? One of the most sensitive aspects in the medical marketing is visual and written content. Because through creatives, we speak to people. And that's where Meta plays the most attention to language, imagery, and tone. In 2025, the rule is simple. Your content must be respectful, safe, and must not make the users feel like something's wrong with them. You can still show doctors, clinic life, and useful tips, even specific services. But now it's done through care, clarity, and innovation, not through pain and pleasure. What works? The doctor calmly explains something on camera, like with a patient, and you are shown the process, not the result. You create a warm, caring atmosphere, reception, cozy rooms, service details, and real staff sharing experience and the approach, but not selling procedures. We've covered a lot, from harsh bans to wording details, and you've seen meta ads in the healthcare aren't a no-go zone, but a territory where tone matters more than the offer. And now it's your turn. Have you launched medical ads, faced rejections, bans, and confusing limits? Tell us in the comments, what was your experience? Maybe you've already found a safe marketing style, or want us to review your case. Write to us. We read everything. And if you're thinking, am I risking my account right now? Just comment under the video and we'll send you a free meta ads checklist for healthcare. Thanks for being with us and see you next lesson.